Good evening and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Lights, brought to you by the Allegheny Health Network and St. Vincent. I'm Jay Pushkar. Mike Fenner was on assignment. The first place Erie Seawolves were back home this evening, hosting last place New Hampshire. Seawolves leading 1-0 in the first inning of play thanks to Derek Hill's leadoff home run. Later on, Cam Gibson smokes one off the wall and right. Isaac Paredes would come in to score. 2-0 Erie. Next inning, Paredes lines one to left. Joey Morgan hustles all the way from second and scores, sliding in safely. 3-0 Howlers. Alex Faedo was cruising along until the fourth inning. He gives up the RBI double deep to left center field. Santiago Espinal would come in and score. Moments later, Brock Lundquist with a two-run double to left center field. This one practically in the same spot. This would tie the game up at 3 apiece. Still in the fourth inning of play, Chad Spanberger crushes one deep to center field. Hill tracking it down and then lost the ball. The triple leads to the go-ahead run. Fisher Cats with their first lead of the evening at 4-3 on the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard. The Erie Seawolves fall to the Fisher Cats 7-5. The Howlers were able to tie things up at 5 apiece thanks to Cody Eves' two-run homer. However, New Hampshire scored twice in the top of the ninth to seal the victory. Same two clubs will be back at it again Saturday night. It'll also be fireworks night at UPMC Park. On the Major League Diamond, Indians hosting the Angels. What a wild first inning from Progressive Field. Top of the inning, Mike Trout takes Mike Clevenger deep and gone. Number 36 on the year for Trout. 1-0 Los Angeles. Bottom of the first, the Tribes start to nickel and dime some runs. Carlos Santana bloops an RBI single. That scores Francisco Lindor. We're tied up at 1. Then Yasiel Puig with a single to center field. Oscar Mercado would trot in and score. Cleveland leading 2-1, and they weren't done in the first. Eventually, Jason Kipnis with the productive out at first. Puig scores. Indians just piling up the runs in the first inning alone with 4, and they would go on to win this one comfortably over the Angels, taking it 7-3. In the National League, the Pirates were back home hosting the Mets. Top of the first, Pete Alonso shoots a double toward the gap in right center field. McNeil would come in and score. New York taking a 1-0 lead. Buccos were eventually down 3-0 in this one, and then they stormed back. Josh Bell with the RBI single to left. A few batters later, here comes the milkman, Melky Cabrera. He drives one deep to center field. This one nearly getting out of the park, but it'll be good enough to score 2 runs on the double by Cabrera. Pirates with their first lead at 4-3. Bottom of the 7th, Pirates nursing a 5-4 lead. Starling Marte puts the game away for good with a 3-run homer to left center field. Number 19 on the season for Marte. And yes, raise the Jolly Roger. The Pirates go on to double up the Mets 8-4. At any football camp, there is plenty of noise throughout a practice session. In the case of the Buffalo Bills, there is a voice that stands out from all the rest. Prescott Rossi has the story.
Spend a day at Bills training camp and you are guaranteed to hear this voice. The shouting comes from offensive line coach Bobby Johnson. His voice is hard to miss, and neither is the hoodie he wears in the summer heat.
I want my guys to know, like, aren't you hot? No. Now I'm lying. You can see it. But my point is I want them to prove that you got to be mentally tough. Physical toughness comes from mental toughness.
The Bills' O-line definitely notices.
Guys, like, looking in, like, they might say, holy crap, like, that guy is just crazy. But it's all love, and we feed off of that.
Bobby Johnson admits he wasn't the best-behaved kid growing up. He credits his father for not only being a role model he needed, but also for his booming voice. Today, Bobby Johnson channels his old man while coaching the Bills' offensive line.
You know, when my dad yelled my name, I knew when I was in trouble. So it's just kind of, if you want somebody to listen, you gotta have a presence.
Johnson joined the Bills in January. During the hiring process, Sean McDermott told him what the Bills wanted in their offensive linemen. Johnson says that philosophy matched perfectly with him.
Smart, tough, physical, dependable guys. That's what we look for in this organization. That's what we look for with those guys individually and collectively. Hopefully I display it to them.
Training camp can be long and hard, but Bobby Johnson's passion and enthusiasm is infectious. Just ask the Bills.
He's a little bit psychotic, but in the kind of way you want in an offensive line coach. The guy's going to bring the passion and the juice every day. So we don't want anything else except Bobby Johnson in our corner.
It's unlikely anyone would complain. With the Bills at St. John Fisher College, Prescott Rossi with your Bills Report.
Day 2 of the EDWGA Match Play Tournament featured quarterfinal matches this morning. Lakeview Country Club is the site of this year's Women's Match Play Tournament. On the 9th green, defending champion Steph Urban makes birdie. She would defeat her mother, Gail Heibel, 6-4. Staying on the 9th, Kathy Lynch facing Lizzie Homan. Lynch showing off the short game. She would be 3 up, making the turn. Then on the 11th, Lynch dropping in this clutch putt as she would advance with a 6-5 victory. 13th hole, Claire Orr battling Kim Henry. Orr with tremendous touch on this lag putt up the slope. She would go on to win the match 2-1. The match of the day belonged to Anna Swan and Kelly Moylan. Swan making birdie on the 11th. We'll skip to the 16th green now. Moylan with a great shot onto the green, trying to put pressure on Swan. Birdie chance coming up to win the hole for Anna. And the youngster not only reading the pace of this putt perfectly, but the speed is just absolutely dead on. It falls into the jar, squaring the match. Over to the 18th. Swan's third shot on the par 4 is on the money. So with a chance to win the hole and the match, Swan looking on. Moylan steps up and makes the birdie. She goes on to win the match 1 up and advancing to the semifinals. So here are the semifinal pairings for Saturday afternoon at Lakeview. It's Steph Urban, the defending champion, taking on Kathy Lynch, and Kelly Moylan will meet Claire Orr. The winners will play for the Match Play Championship on Sunday afternoon. High school soccer 13th annual City-County All-Star game from Sox Harrison Stadium. First half action from the boys game. Game tied up at 1 early in the second half of play when they break the tie from the shot from midfield. Eventually this one would end up in a 3-3 draw between the All-Stars of the city and county. Finally, on the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard, Game 1 of the doubleheader at Edinboro University featured the girls' All-Star game, with the city All-Stars posting the shutout victory over the county All-Stars 5-0.